Alright, then I'm back on live, and yeah, today I'm going to talk about Starseeds. This somebody requested this idea, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this. So I'm gonna let y'all get up in here whenever y'all decide to go here, get up in here, and then I'm going to start. Just gonna go on a walk, doing lives on during walks. This is always interesting. So yeah, just waiting for y'all to get up in here. But yeah, once y'all get up in here, I'm gonna start. I guess I saw if my lives repeating myself. I guess it's better than looking dumb, just sitting here. But yeah, just gonna go around. Luckily, there is no, ridiculous starts. I got headphones in this time while I'm on live, so I don't have to shout or anything while walking around the block. Jeez. If somebody, how long I've been on here? Hey, what's up? All right, so I'm gonna start now. So, I've explained this before. I've explained this before when a supernova occurs. There's like five main elements that spread throughout the universe when a supernova occurs. So those elements are carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, helium, and hydrogen. So they are all in, atoms. They're in dark matter, it's melanin. They're also, these elements can be found, different elements can be found in plants. These different elements can be found in your bones, your teeth. We saw your teeth are bones. And like if I say atoms already, your atoms, you have stardust in your DNA. And once you realize that you have stardust in your body, and that you were a seed that was planted on the earth, to grow and develop as a person. So what happens when, seeds happen, like seeds are planted? You grow and develop, So our whole process on being on earth, this realm or this dimension, whatever you want to say, is to evolve and to develop through life. So let's break down water and, seeds itself. Seeds are thoughts and ideas that you can have. Water is emotions and feelings. And water can also be pertained to, like a body of water can be pertained to as a spirit. So water symbolizes spirits as well. So a body of water and a spirit is a field of energy. A field of energy is the scientific definition of a spirit. And with that being said, once you realize what water is and what seeds are, you can start to water and, allow your seeds to start growing and to start planting from the earth. So how do you water yourself? So you take ideas and you add emotions and feelings to it, and you start blossoming, and then when you start manifesting. So this is a trinity. Everything comes from a trinity. Well, two things come together and make a trinity. So that's something you need to learn as well. The whole 369 by Tesla, that whole, breakdown. You get a spirit, you get a soul, you get a body, and you take a spirit, you take a soul, and it creates a body. Let's just take about childbirth. You take a man, woman, create a child. What else going on? Water, seed, and you create a plant. So these are different things you have to think of when it comes to, developing as a person. So, or growing yourself as a seed and turn into a star plant, which is creating your star body. I made a whole live on this. I already did this. I already broke this down before. So developing a star or celestial body is basically creating a heaven for yourself. So doing what you need to do to develop a safe haven or a eternal, paradise for yourself in an afterlife on a higher dimensional level. And as we all know, heaven and hell are mind states. So heaven would be a high vibrational mind state. Hell would be a low vibrational mind state. So, you know, like when people say they're going through hell and high water, hell would be them, you know, suffering at a low state, and they feel like, you know, life just sucks, basically, for lack of better words. Life just sucks. But once you start experiencing the heaven, you know, that's like a state of eternal, like not eternal, but, you know, a state of bliss, a state of, you know, happiness, things like that. So once you realize that heaven and hell are a mind state, you're adding to the mind state that you would develop on a higher dimensional scale. So I've already broke down dimensions before. So think of the fourth dimension is, like I said before, viewing yourself from a body, a security camera, you know, just watching yourself in third person, and, you know, and take in that point of view, and add that mindset to that point of view. That's how you start adding on to your higher dimensional body. So your higher dimensional body is your star body. So a star seed turns into a star plant. It develops a star body. So once you start watering that plant that you want to develop on a higher dimensional scale. So basically what a star seed is a seed where seeds that come from different star systems. You know, I've talked about this plenty of times, but, you know, the star system, the Orion's belt, things like that, where, you know, I'm going to say allegedly, where black people come from, even though it's not alleged. You know, black people, when I talk about black people developing into coming from the Sirius star system, you have to think about it. The Sirius star system, the Orion's belt, the pyramids reflect the Sirius star system. So a pyramid is a triangular shape, in everything. A pyramid is a triangular shape. It has a triangular shape because it represents the womb of a woman. It also represents the womb of the cosmos, the cosmic womb. You can look up the womb of Nut. Nut was the sky goddess, the celestial goddess. And with that being said, once you realize that the pyramids reflect the star systems, because the Sirius A star, the Sirius B star, and the Sirius C star create a triangular shape. They also create a viscous piscis. So these stars that create a womb together birthed an entire race of beings that came from that star system. So with that being said, once we talk about different star systems that we come from, even if we go into the zodiac signs, whatever star constellation that you go into, the star constellation that you supposedly come from, which is your sun sign, you know, that's the constellation that you come from. So my birthday is December 1st. You know, my solar return is December 1st. So, and the sign that rules that birthday is Sagittarius. So I would automatically come from, not automatically, but in theory, I would come from the Sagittarius star system. So think of any star or sun sign, whatever sign is your sun sign, and think of a constellation that you would come from. That's the constellation that you would come from. So basically, you got starseeds. Starseeds are, you know, beings that come from different star planets, and whatever energy that you bring from that star planet, or star planet, but star constellation or star cluster, whatever you bring from that is the energy that you'll bring or bring and carry out through your life experience or your journey, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? Like going on. So since I'm a Sagittarius and I would come from the Sagittarius constellation, I carry out the energy, or my actions carry out the energy of a Sagittarius. So a Sagittarius, we know, can be seen as goofy, can be seen as, wise, can be seen as, preachy, things like that. So going on, determining whatever star sign or sun sign that you have, you can develop the characteristics of that star, that constellation, that planet. Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of ascension, not extension. Yeah, you can say ascension, expansion, luck, fortune, things of that nature. So just with that being said, astrology, I said this before earlier, it doesn't matter if it's astronomy or astrology. Astronomy and astrology are the same thing. Astrology is the energetic influence that we get from the stars. Astronomy is us being able to physically locate where the stars are. So with that being said, if you point out to the Aries constellation, it gives off a certain energy signature from there. Or if you go to the planet Mars, for example, since we're talking about Aries, the planet Mars gives off an energy of competition, passion. This is a way why Aries may be seen as very or highly competitive, things like that. All these stars give off different energy signatures, and you carry out different energy signatures as you go along through life. So yeah, it's not really much else to talk about when it comes to this topic, a star seed. So think of a seed, how you're going to grow yourself throughout life. Think about the energetic influence that you come from. Think of the star constellation that you come from. So you can easily look at your astrological sign and find the star system that you come from. Find out the planets that rule that, that star constellation. So like I said before, I'm a Sagittarius sun. And the star constellation I would come from is the Sagittarius star constellation. And is it your sun sign? It might be your moon sign. I might have messed it up. But, I might have messed it up. But that's the constellation that you can look into. But, with that being said, either your sun sign or your moon sign. If I figure that out, you can find your moon sign, your sun sign. We all know our sun signs due to our birthday. Our moon, you find our moon signs through a natal chart. You can find that calculation. You had to know what time you were born. Or you can just look up the day that it was you were born in. Because some days may be within a cusp or a different transit time. So things like that, certain degrees and everything. But if you want an accurate representation of your natal chart, you're going to have to know the time of your birth, where you were born at, and all sorts of things. So, just being a star seed. And, I'm just going to give something, I guess, a bonus footage, out here. We got this cat right here. Oh, look, it's the Chala. We got the Black Panther out here. Oh, this is beautiful scenery. I might as well show off the scenery. Look at him. He's just out here chilling in nature, But yeah, I might as well add on since I'm just on here. Like, it's good to be out in nature. You see, nature is green. And you see the cats out here enjoying it. He's staring me down right now. You can see nature is green for a reason. Nature resembles the heart chakra. The heart chakra is green as well. So if you put yourself in a positive, what am I trying to say? Nature is seen as positive imagery. And since, nature is green, so grass is green, these tree leaves are green in all sorts of different colors. Since you see the color green, you're able to add on and stimulate your heart chakra. And being out in nature can help a lot. It can bring balance and grounding to you. And, that this will help you develop as well. So I talk about, developing yourself as a person. So we all go through trials and tribulations in life, and what we come out, the wisdom and experience that we come out from that, my bad, I got a little distracted. But, what we get out from these moments and experiences will help us, develop as people, help us develop and have the knowledge and the wisdom for any other situation. So what can I say? How can you, an example, breakup. So once you experience a breakup, whatever, tragedy or not tragedy, whatever feelings you may come out of that experience with, once the second or, whatever, how many other times a breakup may occur in your life, you'll actually know how to navigate and, your coping method or like healing method, to develop yourself to exceed and add on to these moments, or So for example, I hope that was a clear explanation. Hope that was a clear explanation. So think about it like a death or like a funeral. I don't want to, not to be so extreme. Not let me not be so extreme. But let's think of, an exam. You know, an exam that you can take, like the SAT. Think about the SAT. You can take the SAT multiple times. You can even take the practice SAT exam. So just so you can have experience. And just after taking the SAT, they give you an opportunity, to take the SAT again. You can pay for it on your own. You can do all sorts of things. And with that being said, just knowing and taking the SAT for the first time, you have that experience to take it a second time. So, and with practice makes perfect, they say. That's the claim. Practice makes perfect. And if you're able to practice and apply the knowledge that you are able to do, when practicing, that's helping you develop a craft. That's helping you, develop a lifestyle. So take that mentality and put that into making yourself a better person. But yeah, I'm back. So yeah, I got chopped up. But yeah, with that being said, apply, like studying for exam into making yourself a better person. So say, you didn't mean to hurt somebody's feelings, or you hurt somebody's feelings. And how you can make that, a situation where you won't put yourself, make it to where you won't put yourself in that position or situation to hurt somebody's feelings again. So, like, or somebody saying that, oh, I didn't really like what you said. Now you have the knowledge to, apply that to have a better choice of words or a better choice of actions to around that person, so you won't hurt their feelings, or you won't make them uncomfortable, things like that. So if we take applying, like studying for a test, to everyday life, what can I do better, or just practicing to the everyday life to make yourself a better person. So like, what can I do better to make myself a better person? So say you want to make yourself a better at overcoming anxiety or overcoming a panic attack. You're going to take the experience that you had from that anxiety or panic attack. Okay, who was I around? Where was I at when I was having this panic attack? What did I do? Who helped me along the way? Just in case, just in case this happens again, and how can I prevent this from happening? So how, like, you would go on, you research then for things, you would go to a doctor, go to a therapist, to help you cope with anxiety, just so you can take in these tips. And once you realize, or you take the notes and study, well, not study, but yeah, study. But once you take the notes down, and you can apply that to when that situation happens again. So, for example, like, okay, I'm having a panic attack. Oh, I can go walk around for a minute. I can go isolate myself. I can go get an inhaler or something. Things like that. Coming up with different ways to but coming up with different ways to get over that hurdle. Because I put the anxiety example because this is something I suffer with personally. I have suffered with in the past. Anxiety is a a crazy thing to deal with, and it can hinder, and it can stagnate your progress as a person. It will make it hard for you to get over certain obstacles in life just from having anxiety issues, things like that. There's people that are scared of heights. There's people that are afraid to drive certain ways, like get on maybe an expressway. There's people that have fear of traffic, expressways, that may hinder them to, going on vacations, or, getting where they need to be to, expand themselves. So just finding ways to get over whatever you're going through, just taking the necessary steps, studying, getting the necessary resources, things like that. So yeah, all the cats are gone. I might as well keep walking. Excuse me. But yeah, that's basically how you can develop as a person. I know I'm all over the place, as always. But, I don't come out here with, like, nothing, like, written. I just go off. I've been doing this for about 2 years. I've been going a lot about 2 years, huh? I don't know. No, I haven't been. No, it's about a year. It's been about a year, almost a year, like a year and a half. So I've been doing this live stuff for about a year and a half. I never really got out here. I just get in front of the camera and just lay it all out. And, people like it. Some people don't, I guess. I don't know. But, I'm just giving out the message, you feel me? And hopefully somebody will receive this. And hopefully this helps. Because, once you think, like, just the breakdown of what I've been talking about, being a star seed. So you're a seed that has been planted from a different star constellation. And, how you develop yourself through this journey of life determines how you become, determines your star plant, your star, by how you create your star body. So I personally, my personal belief, this is my personal opinion, that we can develop a heaven for ourselves would be, becoming a star, becoming a star body, even maybe a planet, maybe a sun, things like that. A hell will be coming back to Earth. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I don't even want to come back to Earth. Earth sucks. And I feel you. But sometimes people may have to come back, to Earth for, I guess, a karmic lesson, karma or past a karmic debt, things like that. If you really want to go into the deep spiritual tarot type stuff, some people may have to come back to Earth. Maybe not even as a human. Some people might have to be a plant. Somebody might have to be like a mosquito or something. You feel me? Because they're that annoying. Oh boy, I'm gonna let these. Oh boy, but going. I got a little sidetracked. That's just my personal belief on an afterlife or a reincarnation. And reincarnation period, I feel like life just goes in a cycle anyway. They don't tell us that that life continues on. They tell us that life continues on, but not in the way that it continues on in certain patterns. Because if you go into sacred geometry, sacred geometry is just one big circle. Like it's different circles within a circle, but it's all sums up to one big circle. And with that being said, circles represent cycles. And the way we look at life is we should look at time in life is as in a cycle. So I said this before, we have different cycles as humans. We have the baby cycle. We have the child cycle. We have, maybe you can say, like the teenager cycle. We have the adult cycle. And, we have the elderly cycle. And then we have the death cycle. And after that cycle is over with, it can transform into a different type of cycle. But, all these life form cycles happen. Even with stars. Stars die too. The only difference is when a star dies, the star explodes. And it creates more material. It creates more chemicals. It creates more, minerals and stardust that is able to give off more life. You feel me? That's the difference between when the stardust dies and then, when a human dies. Some people believe that you become like a tree or a plant. You're being put back into the earth to, become a tree, plant, things like that. It's just crazy that how life is in a cycle. Plants have these cycles, stars have these cycles as well, just as humans do. Once we realize that life is in a cycle instead of linear, past, forward, present, we'll start to see life differently. Like, okay, there's different seasons to life. So this is a different time period for this. This is a different time period for that. And, it's always going. And I feel like we'll be more free once we learn the different life cycles. And we'll see life as more of a fun experience. Even though the outer world could be, a total disaster right now. The outer world could be a total disaster right now. Yeah, all the things that are going on. But once you detach yourself from, the physical, not necessarily completely detaching yourself, but detaching yourself, like, period. Like, not period, I read period. But detaching yourself in a way that you're not attached from, the physical, but balancing the spiritual out as well. Because you don't never want to get too high and you never want to get too low. You never want to get in too much into the physical. You never want to get too high in the spiritual. Because once you get too high in the spiritual, you will lose touch of the physical. You feel me? And if you get too low in the physical, you'll lose touch of the spiritual. And, and once you get too high in the spiritual, you start creating illusions for yourself anyway. And if you get too low in the physical, like I said, you lose touch of the spiritual. And now you're just stuck in a mind frame. You stagnate your, I guess, spiritual progression. Things like that. Whatever you believe in. Because what do I know? Yeah, we're taught every cycle but the one that matters. I mean, there's a lot of cycles that matter. But yeah, the life cycle is very important. And then, our connection to these different cycles as well. Women literally are moons. Women literally are the moon. And why would I say that? Like, women literally have 28-day cycles, just like the moon does. And then, men are more connected to the sun, because, there's a thing called morning wood. And that's the reason why we get that in the morning, because of the sun. Because we rise with the sun. So men are literally like suns and women are literally moons. Because everything is in a cycle, everything is connected, And they don't teach us that everything is connected. Like this is basic animism, because humans have become so egotistical. Humans have become so egotistical that they see themselves higher than the planet itself. And that's a problem, because this planet has more wisdom and it has more experience in this universe than you do. And, if you fail to realize that, then the planet is going to reject you anyway. The planet is going to start. That's why all this stuff is going on the planet right now. Like, all this stuff is by design. People are trying to control, I guess, the universe in their favor. But the universe is going to reset itself regardless. So that's just my personal belief. I could be wrong, but whatever. That's just how I'm feeling. I just go off of, what the spirit is telling me and what my eternal is telling me, or my ancestors, guidance spirits, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, that's what led me to this live right now. Oh, I'm enjoying it though. Golly, I'm back near traffic. Oh my gosh, all these cars. Oh geez. If I could do these lives in a more quieter place, that'd be nice. Because I don't feel like doing this in the house. I might just go back to where I came from. I'm tired of these cars already. We're going to do a spin around, guys. I don't know why I decided to come over here. Oh, boy. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good, I hope you guys can take something from this. Like, I don't do these lives for no reason. I get on here and I talk my talk and I get up off here. Even when I post, like I just talk my talk and I just get up off here. You feel me? I hope, you can take something from this. Like, we're more than just human beings, We're more than just a human being experience. Some people are like, oh, you're a multi-dimensional being. Oh, you're a spiritual being. Man, you whatever you want to do. How am I feeling in this retrograde? Like, I've been feeling at peace in this retrograde, honestly. I felt more peaceful during this retrograde than any point in the summertime. I was like, for real, like, I guess something came into me that pushed me back onto a spiritual path, because over the summer and over the spring, like when quarantine first started, I lost my train of thought. I was more into like politics at a certain point in time. I was more into, the physical realm at a certain point in time. And once I broke out of that, I guess the retrograde broke me out of it. I don't know. Something broke me out of it. I was just like, all right, let me focus on, the spiritual. You feel me? And then, because I've always, I started out, I'm going to tell you, like, it's going to be a quick cycle. Like, I've been through, like, many type of cycles, you feel me? Or mentalities. Because I was on a super, when I first started awakening, not first started awakening, but when I first started expressing my awakening, it was very conscious. It was very, Hotep-like. It is very, like, very, I wouldn't say, not demonic. It definitely wasn't demonic. It was definitely aggressive. It was definitely aggressive. If you think I go hard on my Facebook now, you had no idea what I was doing in 2018. But then it went more to a spiritual, like one of those cupcake spirituality, I'd say. I was one of them cupcake spiritual people. But I just hid like the consciousness in the back in case I needed it. And then after that I just started, I went through different cycles. It's like a flip-flop of being like super conscious and then just being like super spiritual. I'm trying to balance the two out basically, because I be flip-flopping. And I gotta find some type of consistency. So I've been studying like holistic. I've been reading like holistic books on holistic medicine and holistic health, just to help people out. Not necessarily be a doctor, no, not try to be somebody's doctor, but just to not necessarily trying to be somebody's doctor, but just to help them out, like help them have a better diet, help them have a healthier lifestyle, like more exercise, eating better, and just to get them into a better emotional and like mental state, things like that. So yeah, it's not necessarily try to replace a doctor, nah. Because that's what any holistic doctor or a therapist will tell you. Like, I'm not here to replace anybody. I'm not trying to replace your doctor. I'm not trying to replace your with holistic. You started your spiritual journey with holistic science. Yeah, I've been trying. I started like I guess I started mine with astrology. I started with history, then it turned into astrology. And yeah, I'm real good with astrologies. I'm trying to get better on the astronomy part. Like, the astronomy part has been the astronomy part, cause like I took an astronomy class in college, and it's just like, okay, this star is red, this star is blue. Like, I'm really trying to locate like where these different stars are. I just want to locate where they are. And the bigger the star is, the bluer it is, and the brighter it is. The smaller the star is, the redder it is, and the least brighter it is. Things like that. Just like, cause astronomy is another form of physics anyway. So I want to touch up on the physics as well as the metaphysics. So astrology would be the metaphysical aspect of astronomy, and astronomy is the physical aspect of astrology. That's like basically what I said, the left and the right brain. There's so many things you can break down with the left and the right brain. What else? Left and right brain, dark, light, positive, negative, electron, proton. Things like these all these things correlate with each other. Like, they all say the same thing. So I can break down different things and on different levels. Good and bad, dark and light, wickedness, righteousness, left brain, right brain, logic, emotions, ideas, feelings. Like, it's like different spectrums of the same thing. So, and once you find balance, you create a trinity. Like I said before, once you find balance, you create a trinity. So how you create a trinity? Think of mother, father, child. Mother, father, and child. Another trinity. Proton, electron, atom. Proton and electrons equals an atom. Spirit and soul equal a body. What else? Oh, 1 plus 2 equals 3. Just things like that, you know. It's very easy to comprehend once you take in all these different sciences. Like, oh, all this stuff makes the same thing, says the same thing. You know, you get your father, which is the light. You get your mother, which is the darkness, and you create a child, which is a body or a manifestation, you would call it. So you get your father, which is the proton, the mother, which is the electron, and you get the child, which is the atom. Or, you know, you get the water, you get the seed, which is the father, the water, which is the mother, and you get the plant, which is the child. So you can take this, and apply it to anything. So it's basically how you can manifest something. So you would think of, or you can either feel something and think of an idea, or you can think of an idea and put a feeling behind it. So it really doesn't matter how you start the process. So say I wanted to manifest, I guess, a watch. I have a feeling of getting a watch, and then I was like, oh, I might have a feeling like, oh, I want a watch. Then I have an idea on how I can get the watch. Then I can put the action in to get the watch. So, okay, what do I need to get a watch? I had to look from where the stores are. I gotta look where watches are sold at. So a jewelry store, a pawn shop. What else? After I figure out where I could get a watch from, see how much the watch costs. You know, look at what watch I want, and then, you know, after that, if I don't have the money, I can find different ways to make the money. Or I could find, you know, take extra hours at a job. I could cut somebody's grass. You know, I could wash somebody's car. And once I take that into consideration, now I made the money that I need. Now I can go get the watch. Or even if you're not even having to find a job, just like, okay, looking at your bills, looking at your budget, like, okay, I had to pay this amount on this bill, this amount on that bill, this amount on that bill. Okay, how much money do I have left over? Or do I need food? Do I need to get gas? You know, and then once you figure that out, okay, I have enough money to buy the watch. You feel me? Like, everything is a saying. Like, your thoughts become words, your words become actions, your actions become a lifestyle, I think, or your actions become your behavior. I forgot the whole thing, but, you know, I think I know the first three. You know, a thought becomes words, words become actions. And, you know, it's all about frequency and vibration as well. Frequency, energy, and vibration. The whole 369 thing. So everything has a frequency, everything has a vibration, everything has energy. So we have a natural energy that we attract in this lifetime. So we have a natural aura, which is created by our heart, which is our electromagnetic field. And, you know, we carry a frequency to ourselves. We have a core frequency that may attract others as well, in the way that we vibrate with other people, or the frequency that we pick up on with other people determines whether this person is our soulmate, a part of our soul tribe, our life partner, whoever that thing is. Just remember, this is the most important thing that you could probably learn anywhere, is that everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So look at this cat. I'm gonna show you the cat again. The cats. Like, look at this cat. This cat is observing. The cat is in the frequency of observing. I don't know what it's observing. It might be looking out for a predator. It may be observing what it could catch. I don't know what frequency this cat's in. I mean, I don't know what the frequency the cat's in. I don't know what this cat is particularly doing. But looking at its posture, I can tell that the cat is observing something. And me observing this cat, I can tell that it's in an energy or a frequency of observing, just by it's observing me now. Say hi to the cat, y'all. But yeah, and then there's another cat in the bushes somewhere. It might have ran away, But with that being said, once you pick up in energy and frequency and vibration, you can determine any type of motive that somebody has, the intention somebody has, why this person did this, and that. You see this cat. I already showed the cat. I guess the cat is eating the grass now. So the cat, if the cat is hungry, it's in the frequency of, survival, doing what is necessary to live. So if the cat's in the frequency or vibration of survival, it may go back to his natural instincts of, hunting like a rat, mouse, all sorts of different things, or just eating grass. So I guess I took the time to explain nothing. But so yeah, that being said, I'm gonna hop up off here. I enjoyed this live. Hope you guys enjoyed.